Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're continuing down the Ruby Wish control shell, although I guess this is more of a mid-range build. Um, I've been kind of interested in this mana curve. So you can either go Party Thrasher on turn 2 or Ruby Medallion turn 2, and this allows you to play Maelstrom Artisan and Rocket Volley, the land destruction spell, on turn 3. You can go Thrasher, Artisan, and then because Rocket Valley is a prepared spell from exile, you can tap Thrasher and Artisan to destroy land, or you could just go 2 mana Artisan, 1 mana Rocket Volley, and attack for 3 on turn 3. And I've been kind of interested in this for a little bit, and then we found the like Ruby Wish package where Ruby Medallion, Tablet of Discovery plus Wish gives you like kind of an interesting like package of powerful sweepers in the sideboard, powerful sideboard cards, and kind of explosive degrees of mana. And so we've kind of cut the Price of Freedom and Cleansing Wildfire package, although we're playing Price of Freedoms in the sideboard to board out our discharges for in some matchups. And you can also just wish for Price of Freedom game one sometimes. So we've kind of cut those to facilitate a package of creatures. We're playing Party Thrasher, Ragavan, and Artisan. I do think Ragavan would be really good in the main deck of the other Wish build. However, if Ragavan's your only creature, it's almost never worth it. It's like you kind of like you get a lot of value for blanking creature removal spells, but if you're wanting to play Thrasher Artisan, then all of a sudden, you can tax those removal spells with some extra creatures. I was messing around with a version that was playing Young Pyromancer, and it was more in on Party Thrasher as like a mana engine, like really trying to like make a bunch of tokens and like chain a bunch of Wrenn's Resolves together. And I think that build just requires too many pieces and has too many 2-drops. Um, and then, okay, and one thing too, we're also I do think Shatterskull smashing is a pretty nice tool in the deck. We're playing a lot of NBFC lands. It's going to be really painful, but I think this build can afford to be more painful than the other version because you're more proactive. Like if you were putting your opponent on the defense, like taking more pain is a little bit okay, although it's definitely a lot. And I also found that Field of Ruin was kind of awkward in this build, where if you have a Field of Ruin, you can't go Ruby into Artisan and activate. If you have a colorless mana, we do have one Gemstone Caverns, which is a colorless mana half the time. I think that's okay. But I found the fields to be pretty awkward with the like Ruby Medallion Artisan curve. Yeah, Party Thresher does not count for Wish targets. No, I was kind of I thought it did when we were first talking about it. Doesn't. I think it's still interesting. It's still like a card that's going to give you like mana and card advantage card selection. All right, Painful Hand, but let's keep. Is Heroes Hangout a synergy worth playing with Thrasher? You would just play Reckless Impulse instead in your Ruby Medallion deck, I think. I would play the fourth copy, the eighth copy of Wrenn's Resolve before the first copy of Heroes Hangout. Opponent's on a multi-5. What I really like about Thrasher, it kind of gives you like an extra Ruby to tap out for on turn 2, which is like your best play is always Ruby turn 2. So they're on a multi-5. Maybe Party Thrasher Artisan's going to be good. Maybe we're on the draw against Prowess with a double Bolt land hand. I'm a little bit worried about all the Bolt lands, but I fetch shocked enough. Yeah, I think you mean Dwarven Mine, but I'm just not going to play Dwarven Mine over the MDFCs. So there are some kind of Grixis deck, maybe Grixis Reanimator. Seems like perhaps they had a removal spell. Yes, okay. So glad not to be on the draw against Prowess. How impactful do you think the Convoke is with so few creatures? So it's very good with Artisan because you can just go play Artisan and Rocket Volley. And I think Party Thrasher as being a card that like casts Reckless Impulse every turn and then adds a mana every turn is just kind of a good thing in this deck. And you can cast it for 1 mana with a Ruby Medallion. It just gives you like a little bit of a mana jump and card selection. Yeah, I do think Subtlety is a card I want to cut from Wizards. I don't think it's very good at the moment. Okay, they've got an Emperor of Bones. They exile my Ragavan, of course. So we're probably going to go Artisan and cast the Rocket Volley. So I think I might actually just say... We just say no to using Party Thrasher's ability. And then we've got the extra creature in play maybe next turn for Convoking. How do you prepare cards for Thrasher? Yeah, like this. They're in exile for some reason. I don't really understand how they're in exile, but they are. And so the idea is if you have Thrasher or Artisan, you can cast the you can play and cast the Rocket Valley on turn 3. So we'd love to find a Ruby Medallion. I guess I'm gonna discard Ragavan. We do find a copy of Galvanic Discharge. I do want to cast this Galvanic Discharge. Let me cycle a Manamorphose first. They have a Bowmaster. We'll probably discharge that instead. Not that they're that likely to have one, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna cast Rin's Resolve first. If I hit Ruby, I can convoke out the Ruby then Manamorphose. So I had another Party Thrasher, and I hit a Sokenzan. So I'll play Sokenzan. I'll play the Party Thrasher. And then I'm going to improvise, tapping the new copy of Party Thrasher, which is they are going to adapt. I'm going to sandbag 3 energy, and then what's nice is they're not going to be able to reanimate a big thing. I guess we could have attacked first. Yeah, I guess maybe we should have attacked first. Would Rao be worth considering? I mean, I just don't think Rao's very good in a build that it doesn't discount tablet, it doesn't discount it discounts wish, but with no rituals, I just don't. I think it's like much worse than Ruby Medallion, and I think it's worse than Party Thrasher in this deck too. I don't know. You can play like one maybe, but you're not gonna ever flip it in this build, or almost never flip it. Think or flip it in Ultimate at the same time. I just don't think it's a good Rao build. Could have attacked before casting. You could. I did say that. Can you only activate Emperor Bones once? So you can only activate this adaptability if there are no counters on it. Yes. So I think I am going to take 4. So maybe they have a Oculus to hardcast, which would be kind of bad. Are there any good cards in the wish board? No, we forgot to play any good cards, unfortunately. Maybe next time. Right, so I'm going to discard a copy of Ragavan. We find a copy of Wish, so we could get a Ensnaring Bridge here. We should have Manamorphosed in response. I think I am gonna discard a Wish. I'm kind of okay if I just hit a land, or if I hit I'm okay if I hit a land here, and I'm okay if I just end up discarding a card for no value. Let me see if I hit like a Ruby. No. I keep doing this thing where I cast Wish and there's another card in exile, and I think I've messed up. I think that I can't I think that this is the card on the stack. I think I'm just gonna play this tapped so that this manifest token can't get in. Like if this is an Oculus, I go down to 5 and I'm dead to like an Archon trigger. Ideally we're gonna boil them with this Wish. Very polite, I guess. Doesn't the Party Thrasher inclusion give a whole lot of benefit to running empty of the Warrens? Are we just not lacking mana like that? I had a version of this deck that was playing Young Pyromancer, which I think is a better way to make a bunch of little stuff. But I don't think that you can. I don't think that it's good / possible to build a Party Thrasher deck that like uses Party Thrasher as your main source of mana. It doesn't work this way. I think you can use it as like every turn you get some mana, you get some card selection, and it plays way better in this way in my experience. I tried building it that way, but it's like, oh, I just need to have Party Thrasher, and then I need to have Empty the Warrens, and then I need to have more stuff in exile that can keep going. That's just not too real, unfortunately. Okay, so let's pick the Ruby Medallion, and then let's not discard this Wish. Then let's improvise out the Ruby Medallion and boil them. Yeah, I think Pinnacle Monk is really important. being able to like buy back wishes in these spots. It's the Wish Destroys land deck again. We're trying this package, Party Thrasher, Maelstrom, Artisan, but it is the same general deck. I'm sorry if you're bored of this one. I'm not bored of this one. So this can only destroy non-basic lands. I think I'll just go ahead and discard it. So we find a Pinnacle Monk, which is nice. Although I guess I cannot improvise it out because it's not a non-creature spell. I'm just going to grab a Wish, I think. Yeah. They are going to be able to attack with their Frog this way, which is maybe a little bit of a problem. Should be okay. I can get that Trinisphere off the Wish, potentially. Blood Moon seems fine as well, although they do have the basic Swamp. Ghost Vacuum to get multiple copies of Archon. It doesn't really do much with the bridge out there. Oh wait, the Archons become 1/1s. Well, I guess they have the Flyers, though, and plenty of things to sack. Does sound pretty fun, though. Either way, I'm down to 5. They Thoughtseize my Wish. Okay. Frog just exiles. I've got a good point, yeah. Does that Chandra have a win con? Yes. I guess we will discard the tablet, just dig a little bit deeper. We just find another tablet anyways. Tablet into tablet. Into Wrenn's Resolve. Can convoke the cards off the Wrenn's Resolve here. Although, not doing too much. So they are chomping up my wishes. I have... Oh, are they under the Emperor? Yeah, so I actually only have 1 wish left in the deck now. We might actually be on the mill them out with Oculus plan, although my Thrashers are kind of keeping up. I think it's okay to keep discarding. We do find our last wish, which I think is gonna be for Chandra. Yeah, I think we'll go for Chandra. I may use the Chandra to kill Emperor, although I don't think I need to. I think I'm gonna go for look at top 5 and cast something from the top. All right, cool. I did find Flashback, which is what I was hoping to find. So I guess we want to be casting this with the Convoke. So let's go Flashback, target Wish. And then we can copy the Flashback, and we could target Manamorphose, or we could target Discharge for the Emperor. The Manamorphose lets me go, so I'll be wishing for 2 mana, and then I'll have 3 mana afterwards. Yeah, I guess I could still get Blood Moon or Trinisphere pretty comfortably, but I won't be able to discharge. I'll go for the Manamorphose. You said Chandra's hoping for Awakened Inferno. Sorry, the 6 mana Chandra I'm playing in Modern is not exciting enough. Manamorphose does jump me in mana with the Ruby Medallion here. We found a Shatterskull smashing. I guess I maybe could have tapped the tablet for the other mana. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let me just grab a Trinisphere here. We are out of wishes at this point. Yeah, it doesn't target players. It's okay. Resolving this is going to be kind of kind of weird. think this turn we're not going. I mean, I think that milling might be the win con. Well, I definitely don't want to discard Pinnacle Monk. All right, let's just go for a big Shatterskull smashing. I'm gonna make mana. What's the plan to win? I'm gonna plus. I can't lose this game. I'm going to eventually kill them with the Chandra. You can't distribute 611 total damage. Okay, you have to do an even amount of damage. Resolving this always confused me. Okay, you can't distribute 6 to 11 total damage or not. Okay, you have to go bigger because it doubles. And then this is going to end up copying. Okay, and I guess let's go ahead and play this, get back Flashback. Any thoughts on Chandra Red Inferno Ghost target? It's much worse than this one, and I'm not playing 2 Chandras. That card fucking sucks, dude. It's like your opponent casts a Solitude and they just gain 3 life a turn. All right, we're gonna go to game 2 on the draw against Grixis Reanimator. Do I want to board in the Price of Freedoms over Ragavans? Ragavans. Like in this deck, the goal is to like lock them out of the game, and eventually through bridge you can just minus Chandra, and while they can not possibly do anything over the course of the game, not too tough. Sorry, Lucio's going crazy. Esther's like out in the front yard talking to a neighbor. There's a cat there. Lucy is losing her mind. Okay, my opponent put an Archon of Cruelty in the graveyard on turn 1. Turn 2 Persist. Turn 2 Frog. Next turn we can go Discharge, Flashback, Discharge maybe. I take it Lucy doesn't like cats. I don't know. She's never really interacted with one. She either really likes them or really hates them. It's kind of hard to tell. Do you think Omnath Geomancer Control might be better than before in this meta? I don't know. It didn't seem very powerful, and you can't shoal for 0, which kind of is tough. Although, I mean, Cascade does seem like it's falling down a little bit. I don't know what they're gonna take. I guess we'll find out. How's the fish tank going? It's pretty done. I need to film it, but it's like I've got the plants where I want it. It's really full plants now. Fish seem to like it. Am I gonna block? I guess if they attack with the frog and they don't fly, I'll block with the Thrasher. If they want to discard 3 cards, make this a 4/5 that can become a 7 toughness. That means Discharge, Flashback, Discharge does not deal with it. I think it's still an okay block. Okay, and they have a Fatal Push. But this means now I can go Discharge, Flashback, Discharge. They've got 1 card in their hand. I've got 3 in mine. They do have an Archon in the yard. Want to know which deck I should take to RCQ? Tron, Colorless, or Grixis Reanimator? Love the content. Ooh. I would probably play Tron between those two. But both are good choices. Well, so next turn they're gonna hit me for 16. I feel like they should not be targeting the Archon of Cruelty. It's just too risky if I draw another Discharge. Brave to pay 5 energy there instead of 6. No, you don't know how it works. Well, as discharge resolves, there's not a window for them to discard the frog. Oh my gosh, we hit the discharge, and they exiled the Archon to play around like a Tormod script. All right, I'm going to discharge the Emperor. This thing again. It's a bit of a different build, but same general shell, yeah. They scour themselves, they mill an Emperor, they play a polluted Delta. They crack the Deltas, their last card another Emperor or Frog. They get a Steam Vents. Wow, last card another Frog, pretty tough. Let's see what we draw. Alright, another good top deck. See if we can chain enough stuff together here. Okay. So I can dash this Ragavan, and they can trade if they want. Otherwise, they have no cards to discard to win this fight. Fortunately, can't play my own frog here. I decided against Discus's EOT. I ended up going more towards Gormami's. I was talking to some people, and they just seem a little bit too fragile. Like, you need to change the water every day with them, and even then, they can just like randomly fall apart. So they do find another Archon to put in the yard. They're having a think on the Deltas. That must mean Unearth, right? I feel like it means Unearth. Not great to draw land this turn. Can we cast Archon? I think we're one short of casting Archon if we hit it. Alright, I'll save the Eruption to maybe let the Ragavan get through, but we got very lucky in the top deck discharge. We're flooding out a little bit. Add Discus to a planet 75 gallon after tank was established and stabilized. 10% every week, they'd find. I do 10% every week too. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about it. I already filled the tank though. I'm too stocked now. We're gonna need Discus, I think. Alright, so they Unearth Emperor. And they just about kill me with Archon. It's gonna be 12 damage down to 4, and then they can discard all 3 cards in their hand to kill me with Frog. I guess we're gonna go to game 3. Okay, on the play for game 3. Yeah, I need to film the take. I'm really happy with where it's at. I've decided to be a Gormami guy instead of a Discus guy. So we have 5 lands, Ruby, Wrenn's Resolve. It's really hard to mulligan a Ruby. Maybe they have Looting and Thoughtseize with how long they thought here. They take their Wrenn's Resolve, which I think I'm actually pretty happy with. Does that mean they have a way to recall Ruby? I feel like they just wanted to like they saw my hand was all mana sources and 1 card draw spell, and they just like I'll take the card draw spell. So we find a wish. I think we'll be wishing for Ghost Vacuum here. I think I'm more likely to cast both monks than 1 Eruption, 1 monk here. It might have been better to dash Ragavan. The thing is, if they block the Ragavan, I just don't get my Ghost Vacuum in play. What do you think of Run Afoul in the current meta? Current meta. Frog, Guide of Souls, Goryo's whole deck. I wouldn't say it's good against Goryo's. I'll say that. Like, it's never been a good plan to be like, aha, your Atraxa's in play, sacrifice it. And that's a losing plan. It's awkward also against Frog and Guide of Souls because those cards don't always fly. The main card you'd want Run Afoul for is Scion of Draco. There's a good bit of that. It just kind of I would almost always play Pick Your Poison over Run Afoul though. So my opponent discards a Persist and they discard an Unearth. They crack their Delta. Do you know how many basics? Usually they play 2. Like with Run Afoul against Guide of Souls, like what if they fly an Ocelot Pride token or a Johnny token, and you're like, I boarded this in, and then it doesn't hit anything else in the deck. Okay, so they're gonna adapt just to get a 4/4, which is good against me. 4/4s are good against me. Yeah, I know Pick Your Poison doesn't do anything against Frog. Run Afoul also doesn't do anything against Frog a lot of the time. Just you would mostly play this effect for Sign of Draco, and Pick Your Poison is better. Is all I'm trying to say. All right, so we have 5, 6 mana. Ruby costs 2, so we have 4 for instants and sorceries, 3 for other cards after. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go Wish for Blood Moon. Oh, did I cast the Boil? Oh no, sorry, I already cast the way it resolves is really weird. But look, it's already over there. Okay, I'll go ahead and play one of these. Can just grab the Wish with the other one. Any specific reason for Vacuum or Relic? It's like much better in this matchup. And then we're also a Flashback Pinnacle Monk deck. We're just like a single Ghost Vacuum, like totally shuts off like Reanimator, which is kind of the main thing we want Graveyard Hate for. So they're digging for a basic. It's a little bit interesting if they want to try to leave the Emperor back for Ragavan or if they just want to get in. I feel like they probably just need to be getting in. Okay, so let's dash the Ragavan first. I think I could cast Archon because of the Manamorphose. No Archon. Love the Moon / I'd Squeeze, haha. Oh, / Land Destruction Squeeze. I don't know what squeeze means in this context. I guess I might just, I guess I'll just double block now and cast Manamorphose at instant speed. It's only 1 more mana than Chandra, and you have to play an Emrakul in your deck, but then you could wish for Wrath and Mikey and attack for 22, and you can't play Pinnacle Monk. Genius. Shouldn't it be something that wins through Ensnaring Bridge, too? Pretty important. Alright, keep this on the play. Weird to have all mountains with no MDFCs. One quick question about Tron. Should I be running Fleshraker? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I think so. Fleshraker gives you like a little bit of a secondary mana engine that's makes you pretty resilient. Taxes your opponent's consigns pretty well. So on the play against probably Brood Scale, they play a drum off of a Grove of the Burn Willows. So now if I hit a Party Thrasher or a Ruby off the tablet, I can play it because I've got Manamorphose. Although I just hit a Mountain, unfortunately. I do think I want to try to hit something like a Party Thrasher or, yeah, or Ruby. Caravos, the 11 months, welcome back. What's the better shell right now, the Eldrazi shells or Big Tron? Is Slumbering Trudge counted in the big shell category? So they play a Ballista and they play a Blade. Then they kill the Ragavan first, which is pretty bad if I have another one, especially because I can dash for 1 mana. Big draw step for me, obviously. Big brick. We can still cycle the Flashback for 0 mana with Manamorphose and Ruby. So I can wish for Blood Moon. This would be a spot for Legend of Roku if I still had it. I can hold the Wish as well. I feel like Wish for Blood Moon's going to win a lot of the time in this spot. I decided to go for Blood Moon over Magus since we are not playing all the Wildfires in the main deck and Titan's big on the downswing. Trojan's certainly a choice. Didn't know your thoughts on how competitive it is. I think it's very competitive. I've top 8'd both challenges. I've played with it. It's like I think that deck's really, really good. Okay, so now I can Flashback Wish with 3 mana left over. Flashback, Wish, 3 mana. Need 5 in order to Chandra. We could Melt Down. And getting rid of the drum could be good. I think I'll just chill. Yeah, I don't think we need to do anything right now. We draw Manamorphose second Chandra. Or I could just wait to Chandra next turn. I think it's a little bit better to Wish for Chandra than Flashback Wish for Chandra, since it's a bit easier to play a spell this turn. I only hit Shatterskull smashing. I guess it's okay. Oh, I can't play it as a land. Okay. With rubies, do you X equals 0 to destroy the ones? I think X is technically 1, but you only have to spend 1 mana on it. So X is 1, but you only spend 1 mana on it because ruby pays for the X. Okay. So we win game 1 against Brood Scale. I do think the Ragavans are pretty good against them. They a lot of times play a lot of basics if they're on Vista. Let's just go to game 2. We just keep winning with this deck too. I found the blue-red version gets stuck with K command in hand a decent amount of the time without being it. The blue-red version gets stuck with K command in hand. Is that, I don't know what that is. Is that Eldrazi through the breach? I was trying to build a blue-red version of this deck with Traumatic Critique, and I was trying to build a Eldrazi version also with K command. I decided to move away from not do that yet. We may do it at some point, but I just can't get excited about it, I guess. Talk about Breach AC. That box. Oh, I didn't do the extension. We just keep winning with this archetype. It's crazy. We might actually need to play it in the challenge. Very nice hand as well. Would love to hit with the Ragavan and play Ruby plus Thrasher next turn. It looks like they have Dismember. If you're adding creatures, did I consider Red Emeritus? I did. I think the card's not good. I think it's possible that there's a version of Party Thrasher Red Emeritus that is good. I don't think it's this deck. The biggest problem with Eldrazi is you feel obligated to play Wish in the K command. I don't think so. I think I would just play them all in the main. How good is the Prepared 3 jump in? We've only cast it like once or twice, but if you go Thrasher or Ruby into it, either direction you get to play it, that you get to use it on turn 3, which I think is pretty cool. So they rumble over a Brood Scale, Lab, Devourer, and Lantern. They take Devourer of Destiny. Interesting. So next turn we are gonna potentially be popping off with the Artisan. What advantages deck have over Storm? I mean, it's like that's like asking what advantages does like Rakdos Midrange have over Storm. Like, I know that they're similar because they have Ruby Medallion in them and Manamorphose, but this is a prison deck, and Storm is a spell-based combo deck. It's like they're just doing such different things. I wouldn't recommend trying to compare them. Thoughts on Unstable Amulet? I'm not a big fan as someone who has played a good bit of Amulet. I think it just is worse than playing Rin's Resolve in your Flashback deck. Fleshraker. Brood Scale. They would have played a blade if they had a blade here. Okay, I think I'm going to discard Eruption, which is a little greedy, but we have a lot of looks at a land. There's a copy of Wish. So we could Wish for Blood Moon. We just made a mistake discarding the land. Let's Wish for Blood Moon. I'm gonna go Tablet. Find a Ragavan, which is not too helpful. Oh shoot, I can't Wish for Blood Moon. Because I can't use the tablet to cast Blood Moon. I'm just kind of used to tablet being mana neutral when you're going for Wish. I guess we're gonna go Wish for Pyroclasm. Yeah, that's got to be way better. Then let's cast a Renn's Resolve. And then we've got some good action for next turn. If you mill an MDFC with tablet, you can play it as a land. Looks like they have a K command. Interesting they didn't max out here. Is Charmal? You can play Charmal. I don't think it's like super important if you do or don't. So I guess we're gonna Wish for Blood Moon this turn. This is gonna be mana neutral. I think I'll just play an Artisan this turn. Get him for 3. Not that the Stone Rain or the Rocket Volley is going to do a lot with the Blood Moon in play. I guess that's going to be okay. If the lessons were good enough, would you replace the Wish with some learn cards? I mean, they aren't. So if they were good enough, I would. And they aren't, so I won't. Couldn't you tablet 2 mana Wish, convoke Blood Moon for 2 mana? So the problem is you can't convoke for cards from your sideboard. It's only from exile. Hi Spike, good morning. Blue Red Wizards. Any thought on splashing black for Kaido, Bowmaster, push, moving bolt to move into bolt plus push, or thoughts on general on the archetype? You can play Grixis. I'm a big Kaito hater. I don't think Bowmasters is very good in this format. Push helps you deal with Frog, which is kind of a problematic thing for Wizards. I would mostly recommend just staying Izzet. I do think Wizards is a good deck in Modern right now and can be built in a lot of different ways, and it's just not very clear what the best way is. So I'm 1 mana short of Chandra. So we find a Pinnacle Monk, smashing, I'll play this. The Monk costs 3 mana. I'm gonna grab Manamorphose. Since I have Flashback for Wish. Any kids here for trying to break an Inferno? No. Like I like the presence of this Chandra does not invite Chandra and Awakened Inferno. This card is like really fucking good. That card is not, unfortunately. And I know they're both 6 mana Chandras, but you definitely don't want to play both of them. And like one of them is just like this one is removal, card advantage, mana, win condition. That one is like removal, win condition only. But it can't be countered. So this would be a spot for the Storm land destruction spell, which we did end up cutting. Might be better than Boil though. Not really sure. I did go back to Boil after like just not using it at all. I think I'll just go make red, and then we get to go Maelstrom Artisan, and then we get to go copy this. It's like this Charter is so much better than Awakened Inferno. It's like ridiculous. Oh, this is even lethal. Great. We're 2-0. We just can't lose with this archetype. It's crazy. No lands. Guess I'm gonna put back the flashback. So I have the ability to go turn 3 Artisan plus activate Rocket Volley. The Manamorphose will work even if I don't draw a land. Could be, yeah. I think it's our first time playing against Quantum Energy. Been liking the Artisan so far. 3 Guide of Souls. It's 3 mana. 3, 2. I guess if I draw a land off Manamorphose, I can wish for Blood Moon. Okay, a little bit Ruby Medallion flooded, I guess. I'm just gonna leave the Artisan back to block here. I think we're the control deck in this spot. Boyle versus the Plains is interesting. Boros kind of died. Boros is not dead. And Quantum Energy still exists, and Blink still exists. Flashfires is better than Boyle. It's Flashfires is like one of the more mandatory cards, I think. Okay, so it's Solitude this, which does give them enough energy to jump. Should be okay. No Wish for Clasm there. Maybe Wish for Pyre. I don't know if that's the best move. Maybe it is. This seemed okay. Is there a reason to splash a color? You can splash K command, or you can splash blue for Traumatic Critique, which I've worked on a little bit and I haven't really figured out a version of that makes a lot of sense. So they probably will ephemerate the Solitude so they can fly again. If I draw a land, I can go Wish for Explosives, crack Explosives. I can also go Wish for Bridge. Probably a bit better to get the bridge. Need a land or a Manamorphose, though. Okay, did draw the land. Did not. I guess Explosives didn't play around Consign either. All right, down again. Do the games without Ruby Medallions feel slow and clunky at all? I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. I don't know. Ruby's the best card in the deck by a lot. Your games with turn 2 Ruby are a lot better. Games with like turn 2 Interaction and turn 3 Tablet feel really good. Turn 2 Thrasher feels really good. Turn 1 Ragavan. Like you just have a lot of like proactive cards that are similar to Ruby in this build. In the other build that is just playing Ruby and Tablet, there are plenty of you kind of have to have a Ruby or a Tablet to feel strong, but you have some time to draw it because you have more cheap interaction. I don't know about Blasphemous Act. It's been suggested a few times. Go with the mulligan this. Okay, this does have a second land and has a Ruby. Okay. What about mainboarding Flashfires? We are mainboarding Flashfires. That's the whole point of the wish. I'm gonna put back the Thrasher, I guess. That's the whole point of this deck, is being able to wish for, the sideboard cards game 1. So putting back the Thrasher and playing Ragavan turn 1's a little awkward if they have turn 1 Pride. See if they have a Solitude. Nice. I can only cast it for the full cost. So we could oh sorry. Just playing Ruby. For some reason I thought I could Ruby and Tablet here. Make it consigned. Turn 2 Ocelot Pride. Could Sundering Eruption to get through with the Ragavan. I might do that if I just hit a land off the tablet. I did hit a land off the tablet. I think this is fine. The extra mana means I can wish for Boil or Flashfire next turn, maybe. Gonna Surveil first. They keep a card on top, so nothing I'll be able to use. You have a Consign, you have an Ephemerate. They do have a Consign. So now if I get Flashfires, they have, you know, they have a lot of power and toughness in play. I have to go down to 10. I get to destroy all their lands. I think I'm just gonna bridge and play Thrasher. Did you ever get anywhere with the 3/2 first strike that lets you loop chant without witness? Oh right, I don't have a. Sorry, I shouldn't have shocked this in. I don't have Ruby in play. For some reason, I thought I did. I mean, yeah, that card was good when we played it. I've been liking Thrasher, yeah. I mean, this is our third match. We've won our first 2 matches. It seems like a reasonable way to build it. It kind of just depends on how much you like the Wildfire package, I imagine. It does feel like the Wildfire package is getting a little worse, potentially. Is Pensive Professor Cauldron blue-black the way you would build a Face Stitcher deck? So I think that's not a great attitude, I guess. I don't ever go like, today I'm gonna build a Fate Stitcher deck, and then mentally there's 4 Fate Stitchers and I have to play 60 or 56 cards besides the Fate Stitcher. Like I think that you should have an attitude of like it's just, this is not a good way to, like, you don't set out to build a deck around Fate Stitcher and like try to figure out the best version for that. Alright, probably gonna lose this match. But I do recommend the Pensive Professor Cauldron deck. We should play it soon. Have a lot to get around to still. I'm probably gonna lose this game. Obviously, like, the bolting for no reason costs us a turn, although I think we're gonna lose anyways. Alright, keep this on the draw. Yeah, it had better record at the Pro Tour. Although Pro Tours sometimes are weird. Yeah, the draw against Blink. This is maybe a matchup that gets worse now that we're a bit more creature focused. Sometimes they play Thoughtseize, so I'm gonna play the Smashing so they just don't have the ability to take a land of mine. Boris has the highest metagame share on the 7-day Goldfish data. It's over Affinity. Affinity was like, maybe Affinity's. I do think Affinity is gonna die down. It just kind of always like dies down and comes back. The last for the last 30 days it's Affinity. From last 7 days it's Boros Energy. Wow. Although this is just wrong though. There's still Phlages here in the list. Okay, maybe not. Maybe this like preview window is bad. Ooh, Phyrexian Tower. I get Bowmastered. Do you think I can swap 4 Shatterskull for 4 field and keep this deck functional? It's really tough to play all of these colorless options. Harvester Misery. A bunch of colorless options because you can't go Ruby into the Combat Thrasher. Combat? Whatever this, the prepared Stone Ring guy. Like you need triple red on turn 3 to do that. And so that's why I cut the Field of Ruins. I twitch. Cool. Yeah, Boros. It's like it's so obvious Boros was still going to be playable and good, but it's fine. I think if you ban a card from a deck and it is still the most popular deck in the format after the banning, it was at least a step in the right direction. They give a Daily Indoctrination, which can take one of my Party Thrashers here. Yeah, the Ranger Captains I think are quite good. Also, like, I think I would think that Rhinos is like dead in the water to Boros, unless you're just playing like infinite copies of unless they're playing infinite copies of Rough Tumble, I guess. Alright, so they Bone Shards discarding an Emperor of Bones. I wonder what the white splash is for. Yeah, Boros it's still lost points. It's still lost points, but and we'll see if it's still the most popular. We haven't been playing against it very much on stream. Like I don't even know if we played against it once this week. Boros has had 2 cards banned. It's actually had 4 cards banned. It's had Gigantha, Ring, Raptor, Flage. And we might see Guide of Souls or a Johnny banned one day too. It's like we may not have seen the end of it. I think I'll cycle the other Manamorphose. Weird game. Maybe we're supposed to wish for a Ghost Vacuum there. Yeah, we need Trudge. We need more Trudge gamers. I guess I haven't checked. I don't even really know like how they dictate like what's on the front page, if it's algorithmic or manual or whatever. We're not on the front page. Brood scale. Hammer time? Green Devotion with Frenzied Baloth is on this list. Rigged. They discard an Ashen Rider. I always love when you can just tablet into something so proactive like this. Feels so strong. Blade Knight 32. Yeah, I saw it categorized as G, so it probably does need to be manually added. Wonder what they're gonna do with the eye twitch. So Harvester of Misery is -2 to other creatures, so it'll kill my Ashen Rider or my Ghost Vacuumed Ashen Rider, and so I get to kill 2 things or exile 2 things. All right, goodbye Pinnacle Monk. Love seeing more of the mono red witch deck. Yeah, I agree. I do think this is kind of a different. I mean, I'm kind of mentally lumping this as pretty different from the other build, despite being the same general strategy. I don't know what they're gonna get with the eye twitch. I wonder if Hearse. Yeah, Hearse is a lot better against Living In than Vacuum is, but I do like that Vacuum just has like it's so insane against Reanimator. Yeah. This is the Fated Creature build. They get a copy of Ozai's Cruelty to just make me discard 2 pretty bad cards here. Check out the meta percentages of the Pioneer page. Okay. Oh, Pioneer. Anybody playing Pioneer? I heard that they are... Wizards is like a bad boyfriend to Pioneer. They're like, yeah, baby, I promise you're going to be a format again. We're going to be a family again. 23% Golgari midrange with Cub, and then 18% Celestia. Lotus Field, you made it. Lotus Field, you they could. I guess I just want to be able to Flashfires them. Although I guess if I do go for the Harvester Ashen Rider, I can get rid of 2 things. I can get rid of both lands, although I probably want to save one of the Ashen Rider triggers for Overlord. You fast, you quick, you even beat Twitch. So I do think it would be nice to also get a Pinnacle Monk off the Ghost Vacuum. Let's see what we get off the Wrenn's Resolve. Good top deck. You found a Pinnacle Monk. Pinnacle Monk is so good in this deck. This is a big part of the reason why I'm really hesitant to splash a color, is Pinnacle Monk is so good. So they flare. I guess they're going to wish for something because they don't have anything to loot for. Or any card in hand to discard for the learn. A little bit weird, actually, they're flaring now. Destroy attacking creature, airbend target creature you control. Okay, weird. But, wouldn't they want to kill the Pinnacle Monk instead? I guess they just want to keep their life total higher. Alright, so let's go vacuum up my monk. Like, I'm just gonna Flashfires. And then we can use the Ashen Rider Ghost Vacuum, which is a crazy thing to say, to deal with the Overlord. All right. Up a game. I guess I'm going to board out Ragavan on the draw against the Eye Twitch deck. I'm going to leave in the Ghost Vacuum as a wish target. I don't think the price of freedom... Actually, they may be kind of basic light. WotC doesn't really care about competitive events. I don't know. I mean, I think you got to give them some credit, right? Like there were years of no Pro Tours, no Grand Prix, and they brought back Spotlight Series and they brought back the Pro Tours, and I think they actually lose a lot of money on it, and they keep it going anyways. So I like it. Obviously, they don't care about it to the degree that they used to, but you have to give them some credit that they have they brought back competitive events in a way that they kind of did not need to. If they truly didn't care, they could have just turned Magic into only Commander the Gathering and made about the same amount of money, and they didn't, and that's a good thing. Yeah, I also believe in Huey. Archon of Emeria, huh? Yeah, I'm playing a Spotlight Series next month. I'm really excited. I haven't played one in a long time. To be fair, I don't think they truly quantify profit loss in events. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they do make money. Maybe the Magic Cons make money. They probably do. But you just don't need to be too doomy gloomy. Can't play more than one spell a turn. So I'm one. I can convoke this, but it costs 2 mana to convoke. I only got one guy right now. So I got 2 cards in their hand. I think that non-competitive events keep the game more interesting, which increases overall profits. Keep the game more interesting. Well, for me, I enjoy the competitiveness of Magic, and I do think that the umbrella is big enough for everybody to have, the side of it. I also do think the existence of competitive play. I think I like to think that a lot of Commander players enjoy that there is this side of it. That there is this rich history of the Pro Tour and super competitive Magic, and that might not be the way that they engage with the game, but I think that it enriches the game overall. But maybe I'm a little idealistic. All right, so do I want to wish or do I want to flashback? I think it's got to be wish. So I'm going to go convoke out Tablet of Discovery. Hit a Shatterskull smashing. Say that 5 times fast. My Party Thrasher is mana neutral to play in combination with the wish. I get to go convoke it here. And I have 3 mana, so I can get Flashfires. I think I'm just gonna get Ghost Vacuum though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get the Ghost Vacuum. And play this tapped. They graveyard an Archon of Cruelty, which I'm not going to complain too much about. Do I have enough mana to Pinnacle Monk back Wish for Flashfires? Looks kind of like 2 mana or 3 mana short. Yeah, it looks like Monk, Wish, land. Yeah, two mana short. Party Thrasher can convoke spells cast with Wish. No, but we had Wish in exile, so we were able to convoke to cast the Wish. I just don't think having Party Thrasher be your main mana engine is realistic. Okay, now I can Flashfires. I think it's fine to discard this. Ooh, another Wish. Okay, so let's choose Wish. Convoke. I'm just gonna get Blood Moon. Right, they pack it in. 3-1. We have I think with the other build we were like what 3-2, 3-2, 4-1, and now we're 3-1. It's like we have had a winning record with this shell 4 out of 4 leagues, which is pretty ridiculous for what it is. It just does feel like a viable strategy to be Ruby Wish a tablet control. And figuring out the best like package in between this is not super easy, but liking it. Yeah, I did a prediction. We'll probably play a little bit of it. I'm gonna play blue-white control. How's the combo work? This is not a combo deck. This is a grindy deck. You're using Ruby as a mana engine, and you like wish for like powerful sweepers. It's like a prison deck. Oh, it's only best of 1. Okay, you could easily play control in best of 1. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little less like I feel like 5 minutes with sideboards is I don't know, sounds kind of fun to me. So I do want to I think just sandbag some energy here. Yikes. Think you'd do anything about the Ponza matchup with the Rakdos Shadow deck yesterday? Seemed low-key unwinnable. Just adding another basic helps. I don't know. I don't know what I would do for that matchup. Or if it's popular enough to make big decisions. It does seem tough, I agree. Ooh. I guess I should have played around Spell Pierce, huh? So I can kill the big frog. Maybe you can wish for Ghost Vacuum next turn, and then Archon the turn after. Although, so they have Frog to exile. They graveyard an Emperor, they graveyard a Frog. They discard a Mire. Hit me for 2, down to 4. I can deal 3 damage with my smashing next turn. Okay, well I don't have a wish. They just main phase discard the Thundering Falls. Do I want Galvanic Discharge? I guess I can't deal quite enough damage. I have a time to log in and see if Sparking Stream is playing a red deck. I get a little sad on the inside. You know, my dear sweet chatter, I'm playing Ruby Medallion tablet with, and we're winning with it, and we're innovating on it, and still doing well. And I just don't know how to keep. If I can't keep you happy, you may need to find another streamer. With comments like this, you may need to find another streamer. Why couldn't we kill Frog with Galvanic? Well, it would have been a 5 toughness creature next turn, right? Alright, so it looks like I just shattered the frog here. Flashes back a looting. Discards a Thoughtseize and a Mire. I I mean, let's hope they didn't find a persist. I have a long-standing disdain for red decks, power creep. No, I'm just teasing you, Archangel. Just teasing you. I will play a color of your choice at some point. I think we might be playing mono green after this. I don't know if I'm going to run this back or not. So this is 4 damage, just smashing for 0. I guess I could put them to 1. I think I'm going to hold both in hand so I could just kill an Archon of Cruelty if they had draw persist. Go to sleep with the 13 months. Remember, this isn't a target players. They do flashback eluding here. They discard Mire, Thoughtseize, and I'm going to cast Shatterskull Smashing for, I guess do I have to do 1? It's not letting me do 0. It's okay to do 1. It's weird that it let me do exactly 1. Yeah, I don't know, weird. All right, well, we beat this matchup. We keep playing this matchup like every time we play this deck, and it's been a good matchup, which I guess has been increasing the win rate. Although I don't understand how the matchup is so good. I guess they're kind of weak to bridge. I'm gonna keep this. Unimpressed Ape with the 19 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Discards an Oculus. Discards a Frog. Ruby makes you choose 1 versus 0. It shouldn't. You should be able to not. I had 2 rubies in play, so like I don't know why it would. It should be 2 or 0, right? You got to turn 2 Oculus. Should be 2 or 0, right? Might lose to this. We'll see. Discards 2 Archons, hits me for 7. So if I bolt in a land next turn, they have lethal. If I don't, I might have another turn, which I'll probably need. Start off with a Manamorphose. I think I'm going to just flashback the Manamorphose, which is basically 0 mana. Just dig a little bit deeper. We want to try to wish for a bridge if we can. Although I guess I can go discharge, flashback, discharge now. I could also go Maelstrom, Artisan, kill the Blood Crypt. I guess let's just go discharge, flashback, discharge. And then play Wrenn's Resolve. Find another discharge. They're stuck on 1 land. There's a second land. So maybe next turn I can go kill a manifest. I don't know which one to target. 1/1 in chat for this manifest token, 2/2 for this manifest token, I guess. All right, I saw 2/2 first. It was a spell pierce. Okay, we'll see if y'all chose wrong or not. Can I leave this back to block? They do find a second land. Is this a frog? Did chat choose wrong? Or is it just persist, maybe? Probably dead. Dang. If we had to fade to the land for another turn, then we get to Artisan and kill the sewers. Game 3 on the play. I'm going to keep. I think Ragavan connects enough of the time to keep this, and if we draw a land, it's like perfect hand. It's a bit awkward if they like Thoughtseize my Ruby, I guess. But oh, I forgot you can even check manifests. All right, nice eluding. So they do discard an Archon and an Oculus. I think Thoughtseize would be interesting. Oh, interesting. All right, I guess I'm going to go Manamorphose. Red, black. I'm going to try to hit a land. It's a little greedy. Nice. Lucky, lucky. So will they play Emperor because they have Archon in the yard, or will they just play Frog? They do just play Frog. I guess we attack. They do block. They discard an Archon of Cruelty, so their hand is Emperor Consign. So we need to dodge like a Persist for exactly this turn. Maybe need to dodge basic Swamp. Go for Thoughtseize this turn. Why let damage resolve first from combat? Oh, you're right. I guess I should have discharged first. Good call. Could have made them discard more or kept the Ragavan around. So we have 4-1 this league. Didn't play around Spellburst. Yeah, we knew their hand exactly. I like the Artisans. I liked this build. I don't know if I liked it more than the other build. Thrasher gives Bush Cyber Convoke. It doesn't, no. Party Thrasher is not like a super crazy card. It just gives you a little bit of a mana boost, and it gives you a lot of card selection.